Hi, my name is Jack Kovic and I'll be your instructor for the Guitar Easy Reader Learn to Read Music workbook. It's a wonderful book and it will be the key to successfully learning to read music. In this book, I have chosen classic songs that most people recognize, and as we go through the book, the songs progressively become more challenging. On page 3 of the workbook, we see that we have a picture of the music staff with the corresponding notes, and then below it we have a picture of the fretboard of the guitar, where it shows you where these notes end up on the guitar. So let's start there. In order for us to play our first song, Yankee Doodle, we'll have to learn a few things on this page. And as we look at the music staff, you'll notice it's made up of a couple of different elements. Way over to the left is the treble clef. That lets us know that we're in a key that works for the guitar. And you'll notice that the treble clef is then followed by 5 different lines. And not only are there lines, but there are spaces. So notice on the bottom that the E is on a line. Next to it, the F is on a space. Then the G is on a line. The A is on a space. The B is on a line. The C is on a space. The D is on a line. The E is on a space. And the F is on a line. Did you notice that the letters are arranged alphabetically? The music alphabet ends in G, and it starts again with A. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It just keeps repeating itself. For this lesson, we are only focusing on the notes within the staff. Later, we will work with higher and lower notes that both go below and above the staff. And they will still be in alphabetical order, no matter how high or low you go. So, there's another thing that we need to notice here. If we just look at the spaces, perhaps you could just circle the letters for spaces. We have the F, the A, the C, and the E. What does that spell? It spells the word face. So that's an easy way for you to recall a note if you have forgotten which one. So just remember face, and those are all of your notes inside the spaces. On the other hand, on the lines, we have E, G, B, D, and F. The way we remember that is every good boy does fine. So again, if you forget which note is on the top, you just go, every good boy does fine, and there you go, you found your F. Okay? Okay, before we get started, let's take a quick tour of the guitar. So as you see, the guitar fretboard is made up of a bunch of boxes, right? And what do those boxes do? They help us to stay in tune, okay? So when we play, it shows us exactly where to go. Okay? Also notice inside each box, which is called a fret, you have a little bit of a distance here. So if you're hitting too far at this end of the fret, get a really bad sound. As you move closer to this side of the fret, cleaner. And on this hand, on your right hand, if you move a little bit more in this way, your tone gets a little better. Hear the difference? I don't know if I should use the word better. Some people choose to have a more trebly sound, and some people choose to have a more bassy sound, more full sound. So you decide where you want to play. Okay, and next we need to know how to tune the guitar. We've got to be in the same tuning. So I recommend go ahead and go on the App Store and pick up a guitar tuner app. This one I like. Let's see if I can get it. The Piano Tuner. This one's pretty easy and it's free. When I hit the E, it finds E. Hit the A, it finds E. You want to get it right there in the middle with the green there. So in order to tune correctly, you'll need to know the names of the strings. So here we go. The top one is E. The one right under it is A. And then D, G, B, and E. So we have E on the top, E on the bottom. This is the low E, and this is the high E. Okay. A good thing that you could write down is how to memorize these strings. So I like to say every army dog gets by easy. So that's E-A-D-G-B-E, and we remember it by saying every army dog gets by easy. Go ahead and write that down. If you want to remember going up, it's Easter bunnies get drunk at Easter. Okay, that's another way to remember the strings. So write both of those down. And now that you have your guitar tuner and you know the names of your strings, let's go ahead and tune up together. Make sure that we're in the same tuning. So let's start with the E string, and let's hit that E. You should see the E appear on your tuner. If it's too low, you might see because it's in alphabetical order, you might see a D or a C. A, B, C, D, and let's get back up to E. Okay? So there's our E. Let's tune up to our A. Try to find the A on your tuner. Okay? D. Takes a little practice. Sometimes we turn it a little too much in either direction, right? But we try to get it right on the little diamond there. And sometimes if you hit the string repetitive like that, it's better than just going like that. Sometimes if you hit this way, don't have to hit too hard. Okay, and then we go to the G string. And we go to the B string. And then finally the E string again. And then we're all tuned up. Should sound about like that. Okay, here we are looking at the guitar at the angle that the image of guitar fretboard on page 3 is. It's just like you're looking at it with your eyes. So here we are with E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, and then all the notes are here. Something we want to keep in mind before we get started is this is your first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Okay, the thumb is just named T for thumb. Okay, so it's important in the beginning that we use the first finger only in the first fret, second finger only in the second fret, third finger only in the third fret, and fourth finger only in the fourth fret. No cheating at this time, moving the wrong finger around. Okay, so keep in mind we want to do this. You could actually do that exercise right now. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good little muscle exercise too. Okay, if you look at your guitar fretboard, if we go down 1, 2, 3 strings and move over to the second fret, you'll see that we have E. That is our E note right there, and that is our first note on our music staff. So here's our E. Go ahead and play it on your guitar, E. And then here is your F right after it. Again, thinking alphabetical order, right? E, F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? So here's our E, F. Our G is going to be the open string, G. So just go ahead and hit your G string all by itself. Open, that's G. Okay? Now next, we're going to hit A. So notice A, we went down 1, 2, 3, 4 strings, and we came over to the second fret. That gets us A. Okay? Our next note that we will work with is B. So B is going to be the open string, so go ahead and just hit your B. Open. Alright, our C will be the first fret, first finger. Match that up with your guitar fretboard, you'll see that. That's your C. and then you just want to stretch over with your third finger to hit D. Okay? So we have C and D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, B, C, D. Okay? And then we go down, and E is our open string. We just hit that all by itself. And then F will be on the first fret, and then G on the third fret. E, F, G. We actually went one note above what we have on our staff there. We could just end it at F, but just for your own information, there's a G there. Okay, let's see what these notes sound like. So let's start at the bottom of the staff and play the E note. Remember, we go down 1, 2, 3, and over to the second fret, and that gets our E. Compare that to your guitar fretboard picture in your book on page 3. So there's your E, and then right next to it is the F. Remember, we changed from the second finger to the third finger, so we use good technique. So E, F, play along with me. Let's go to the G. It's the open string, the fourth string down. G, say G, 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 G. And then our second finger plays the A note. Remember, we're 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and then the second one over gets our A. Play the G again. G, A. Okay, now let's go down to the fifth string down, which is the B string. We played open. B, there's our B. And we take our first finger and we play a C. Remember, we don't want to be back here where it doesn't sound good. We want to be up here. Okay, and a lot of times the beginners, a lot of these notes will sound a little clanky. So you'll play with that. And again, my best advice is to kind of say near the metal, not on top of it or over it, just right by the front of it. Press nice and hard. You notice it might hurt a little bit. Maybe you get little dents in your fingers like that. After a while, it stops hurting. So in the beginning, you got to build little calluses up. So just be patient with yourself. So there's our C. We can play our D, third finger. Right? Try to keep it. You can go like this. A little exercise to get familiar with C, D. Say it out loud. C, D, C, D, C, D. And then we go down to the E string at the bottom. Okay, there's that E string. Say E, E. Maybe try to match the tone. E. And then our index finger will play the F. Right, try to get a good tone. F. And then G, third finger. And again, play that little exercise. Maybe go like this. Try to just feel that stretch. I know at first everybody wants to look at their fingers when they play, but let me assure you that's the worst thing you can do. How can you read music and look at your fingers at the same time? So, I mean, at first you have to look at your fingers. It's understandable, right? But as soon as today, go ahead and start playing without looking. You'll make a lot of mistakes, but you will get used to it. So try... in fact, try right now playing without looking. I'll give you a chance to get on the E. You can look. So 1, 2, 3 down. I'm not looking. I'm just feeling, right? And the second fret, right? Okay, get in that position, and then everything else should be able to just feel it. Okay, so let's hit the E and say E. E. You get bonus points if you sing it on key. E. All right. Just keep your finger there, don't let go. E, and you're just going to feel for that F. It's right next to the finger there. Just feel for it, okay? F. You can go back and play the E. E, F. It's alphabetical, right? E, F. Go back and forth. Just get used to E and F. Okay, E, F, E, F, E, F, E, F. without looking. Just take your thumb and just feel down to the next string. It's right below it. There's the you were playing, and then right underneath there. You could look at my hands, right? You just see I just went from here to here with my thumb without looking, and it's an open string. G. Don't take your hand too far away, right? You want to kind of keep it where it was, all right? Because our next note is just right under there. In fact, you could have kept it there, just kind of holding the place, and then the A is right under it. So you just slide down to A and say A. A. So you got G, A, G, A. Say it out loud with me. G, A. Okay? All right. Make sure you're using the right fingers. That's the second finger in the second fret. Second fret always gets the second finger for this purpose that we're working on now. And let's feel down. Try not to look. Just feel down to the next string. It's right there, the B string, right? And we're kind of keeping our reference of where we are with this finger here, right? We know we got the B string, so it's open, no big deal. B, B, B. Okay, get it? Now you can feel the first fret. It's right there. You can just feel it because the second fret finger helped us get there, and just right there is our first fret. So try to do it without looking and hit that C and say it. C, C. Okay? Now you can feel this stretch. It's usually a pretty big stretch for people at first, right? So just feel that stretch, right? You could feel it. Here's the fret right next to it. And then that's the fret we want to get into for D. So you could just feel that distance. Most people can't stretch there right at first, right? So it's pretty much as far as your finger stretches, gets you from C to D. So just think, I'm going to stretch, big stretch. So, and go back and forth. C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D. Okay. Okay, let's feel down. Try not to look. We're on the B string, so we could feel our way. You could look at my fingers. I'm feeling from the B string to the E string, okay? And we're going to hit it. My last reference was this D note here, right? So I'm kind of hanging out there, because I know that my index finger will land right on F, because I kept my distance, right? So D and then F. Okay, let's sing it. Or you can go an octave lower. E, F, E, F. Okay, that's all the notes on that staff. Let's do it again. All right, let's say maybe you've practiced for a while and you're going to try to keep up with me, okay? Maybe you put a day or two of practice in, and here we are again. So, let's start out with E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Make sure you say those aloud. And if you want bonus points, sing them in the tone. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. That takes a little bit of practice. So there you go. Those are the notes that we need to know in order to play our song Yankee Doodle. But we're going to have to read them on the staff. So let's go back and look at the staff some more, okay? Let's go ahead and play along with it. And so here we go. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay? Now go ahead and take a piece of paper or a piece of tape and cover up the notes. Make sure you can't see those notes. Just put a piece of paper over that. And let's play it backwards, looking at the notes. So we're going to start all the way in the right-hand side. Okay? Go to the right side of the page where the note is at the highest point there. And let's go ahead and play that note, assuming that we've covered up the letters. Okay? We're just looking at music now. All right, that first note is F, which is your first finger on the first fret. Play it and say it. F. All right, going backwards, let's play the E, open E. Okay, backwards, we're going to play the D note, third finger, third fret, D. Okay, we'll go back another one, and we're going to play C, which is on the first fret, second string on the B string. Okay, and the next note is an open B. Play that B and look at the note. Next note is the A. Play that with your second finger. Second fret. Open G string. That's your G note. And there's your F note, third finger. Okay, third string from the top. There's your F, and then the first note of this all the way to the left is your E, second finger. All right, on the D string. There's your E. Okay, that's one exercise. Okay, here's another exercise looking at the music staff on page 3. Let's just try to find the notes that are in the spaces. And if you recall, our little memory trick is the word face, F-A-C-E. Okay, so make sure you have a piece of tape over the letters, and let's go ahead and try to find F. Okay, that's the second note over, F. And then if we jump up to the next space, we see A. If we jump up to the next space, we call that C. And if we jump up to the last space, that's E. So we found all the face, F-A-C-E. Okay, and remaining notes on the lines, let's go ahead and find E. Okay, and then the next line will be G. Every good boy, B. Every good boy does, there's your D on the line. And every good boy does fine, F for the top line. Okay, and let's just do a little quick exercise. Keep the letters covered, and I'll say some random notes and you go ahead and point at them. Okay, so here we go. Find A, find F, the low F, the one that's closer to the bottom of the staff. We notice we have two Fs. Find me the high F, the one that's the highest on the staff. There's also two E's on the staff, so find the low E, the one that's low, and find me the high E that's on the staff. And you'll notice that's true on the guitar as well. The low E makes a lower sound. It's lower on the guitar fretboard. And then the high E is higher on the fretboard. So keep that in mind. Find me the D. Okay, there's only one D on our music staff that we're looking at. Find that. Every good boy does. Okay, find me the G. Okay, every good. Okay, find a C. Okay, and find me the A, the C, the E. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the page to page 4. Let's look at these notes. Let's go ahead and try to name them. Okay, so starting from left to right, we have C, C, D, E, C, E, D, G. Okay? You try to say it right before me, okay? Ready, go. C, C, D, E, C, E, D, G. If you need more time, you could also slow the video down by going to the settings section and take it from normal down to what is it, 0.75, and you can make me go slower. Let's try the second line of Yankee Doodle, just where it starts with just to ride a pony. All right, you are going to say the letter. Try to say it before I say it. Okay, ready, go. C, C, D, E, C, B, G. Okay, and let's try the bottom line. You try to say the note before me. Ready, go. C, C, D, E, F, E, D, C. Okay, that's a great little exercise. You could also take a pen and just tap the notes as you see them, starting at the top where it says Yankee Doodle, and we could go C, C, D, E, C, E, D, G. You can play along with the song that way. By tapping, it forces you to say in tempo. So you can take it a little slower too. C, C, D, E, C, E, D, G. All right, and you'll want to practice that, recognizing those notes. Okay, it's best to do these exercises every day, and to break it up, maybe do it 2 or 3 times a day in shorter periods, instead of spending a half hour just banging your brains with this. Maybe just do it for 5 or 10 minutes. You know, you could break up the different exercises to do it at different times, but just doing it a few times a day every day is much more effective. So get familiar with the names of all of these notes. You can go on to page 5 and work with that as well to recognize the notes. Use your memory tricks like face for the space, or every good boy does fine for the lines. Another good exercise is we could just take the first note, C, right over the word Yankee, C, right? Now let's find all of the C's in the song. That's a good way just to be able to find it without having to use your memory trick. So here's your C. The next C, if we take our finger and move across, is on the word went. Yankee Doodle went. There's a C there. We take our finger, no more on that line. Start on the next line, 2 C's right off the bat, right? Let's find another C right on the word pony, right, on the same line, and we're done with that line. No more C's. Let's go down to the bottom line on page 4, right on the word stuck, and there's C, C. Let's find some more C's. One more. It's on the last word, and, on that page. There's a C. Go ahead and move to the next note. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of the song. And so we have the 2 C's, and then right after that is a D over doodle, right? D. So let's find all of the D's in the song, just like we found all the C's. After you're done with that, then we'll go back to the beginning and look for an unfamiliar note, which is the E. And then we'll find all of the E's in the whole song, okay? And just keep going through that process until you find all the notes. that you're not familiar with and find them in the whole song. That's a great exercise, okay? Find all the C's, find all the D's, all the E's, all the F's, all the G's. Play that game. And then also run through there with a pen and just name the notes in the way the song goes. C, C, D, E, C, E, D, G. Okay? That's our exercise. Okay? Okay, great. Let's wrap up our lesson for today. And I just want to remind you to tune up before you do any of your practice. Go ahead and download an app from the App Store. I like the Pano app. That's P-A-N-O. Just download that, tune up. Your practice will be much more productive. Make sure you're confident in your skills, in reading music. Practice. Write the names of the notes out under the notes and hold your hand there and just practice going through until you feel very confident that you could just see that note, and try some of the different tricks I said, like try to pick out one note and find that one particular note throughout the music, etc. Do all the exercises that I showed you, and also make sure you can translate that over to the guitar. You got to make sure you know all those notes, which fingers go on each note. Sometimes my students will write the names of the notes on each finger, to make sure they're using the right finger on the note. Whatever you have to do, and do it every day. Do it 3 or 4 times a day instead of trying to cram it all into one day. Just break it up into little mini lessons every day. Motivate yourself by giving yourself little check marks every time you complete a task. So do all those exercises each day until you're confident. And when you're ready, go ahead and move over to lesson number 2. We're going to learn how to play Yankee Doodle there. And that'll be great. Okay, so I'll see you in lesson 2. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Curtain going up. Curtain going up. Places, please. Overture. Stand by.
I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy. Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. He's gone.